This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so I think last time we discussed about inheritance, right? After we have moved to a topic which is called as interface, right? So wherein we were discussing about how, like class to class, what is the usage of extend keyword, what is the usage of implement keyword, right? So we discussed about that, and I think the last topic which we discussed was about how we can have multi-level inheritance using implement keyword. Okay, so here we see that we are having extend class 1, class 2, and then what we did is like we had created one class which is implementing the above interface. Okay, please remember guys, interface is also a keyword in Java. Okay, now let us discuss the pointer with respect to interface. Okay, so I think before that, did we discuss about final keyword? Anybody remember that? Or no, I think we had only still. Okay, no worries. I think we were discussing only about inheritance. Okay, so we will discuss about that. So let us talk about interface first. Okay, what are interface? Okay, interface is a keyword which I mentioned to you. So basically, what is interface, guys? Very simple process. Through interface, what we are doing, we are kind of hiding the implementation. Okay, so you will understand when we, I think I already mentioned that interface does not contain the method body. Okay, so abstraction is the one which we are achieving through interface. Okay, so in this what we need to do, we will only we will hide the, you can say, implementation. We are hiding the implementation. Okay, hiding the implementation and showing only the functionality, guys. Okay, like we will show the function name, that's what, right? So we will show only the function name to the user. Okay, so that is what interface is. Okay, now what are the various features, or what, how to let's say add the implementation for the interface? The one thing which we usually do is like using abstract class, guys. Okay, there is a concept which is like, actually abstract is a keyword, so we have a concept of abstract class as well. Okay, and second is through interface. Okay, so this is something what we are doing, guys. This is like we are trying to achieve what? Encapsulation is something, or you can say abstractions is something like hiding the data, guys. Okay, we are hiding the data. Okay, so interface is the way through which we are doing the same activity. Okay, now let us understand the features of interface. Okay, so see guys, interface is having the similar blueprint what class is having. Okay, like what, how we usually do, like class, and then we do class name, right? And then two round bracket, correct? Similarly, for interface, what we need to do, we need to write interface and then interface name, right? And then we need to have two round bracket. Okay, so this is the structure, like similar to what similar to what you can say class is having, guys. Okay, second, very very important, guys, please remember, if you notice, interface only contains what? Interface contain final and static variable. Okay, interface contain final and static variable. So just to give you background about final, guys, final is a keyword in Java. If we use this for a class, if we use this for method, if we use this for variable, then there are various things which we cannot do. Like if you declare a variable as final, you will not be able to update the value. Okay, And for static, I hope we discuss already that we are kind of creating only one copy. Okay. Third, what does you can say this interface do? Interface contain usually abstract interface usually contain abstract method, guys. Interface usually contain abstract method. Okay. So now what is abstract method? Abstract method is something which does not have the body. Okay, it is just the declaration. Okay, interface usually contain the abstract method, guys. Okay, so if you are aware about the Java this thing, you can say the version, right? uh, in this thing what we have is we are having default method and static method, Java 8 onwards. So this is also supported. Okay, like from Java 8 we are having the support for, you can say, default method and static method. Okay, so this is like the recent changes with respect to interface. Previously I mentioned, right, interface contain only final and static. From Java 8 onwards it actually started supporting the default variables as well, default method and static methods as well. Okay, now the next point what we have is like an abstract method is a method which does not contains the body, guys. Please remember this. Okay, an abstract method is a method contains only signature but not body. Okay, so we usually call, I hope you remember in our previous class we usually call this as unimplemented, guys. Unimplemented. Okay, if you remember we used to kind of hover our mouse and try to go to that this thing, those were unimplemented. Okay, fifth point, interface contain method, those are public. Okay, interface contains method, those are usually public, guys. Okay, now with the help of interface only you are able to achieve what? You are able to achieve multiple inheritance. So multiple inheritance is achieved through interface. Clear? Multiple inheritance is achieved, that's what we have demonstrated. Like multiple inheritance we are able to achieve through interface, guys. Okay, so one question to you all, guys. Can we create the object for this thing interface? Anyone? Can we create the object for interface?
Yes.
Okay, so what we can do, I'm writing one statement saying that we can create object reference, guys. Everyone know what is the difference between object reference and object instantiated? So let me explain you. We can create object reference for interface. Okay, but we are not allowed to create what? We are not allowed to create, or let's say we are not doing the instantiation, guys. Okay, for the interface. So can anybody explain me this point? Yes, anyone?
Um, Sir, my understanding is when we reference an object of a class, so that object can use the methods of that class.
Perfect. But what about interface? So
Mm,
let's say I'm creating interface inter one. Okay, this is my interface. So can we create like this? My question is simple. Inter one obj is equal to new inter one. Is it valid statement?
it doesn't have implementation, no, sir. So
it contains only what we discussed, right? It contains only method name, right? It does not contain the body unimplemented. So the this point is saying that we can do this, we can do this, okay, we can do only this, but you are not allowed to use new operator. Please remember that. Okay, so we are not allowed to use new keyword when we are kind of initiating the, you can say, object for the interface. Okay, so this is invalid, guys, this is invalid. Clear, everyone? Okay, I hope everyone are clear. Let us try to demonstrate few of the pointers with respect to interface. So let me create one package. Okay, interface demo, public static void main. Sorry, we should not have public static void main. Okay,
Sir, I'm not able to see the Eclipse.
is it for everyone? Yes.
Yes, sir. For me also.
Okay, let me
I'm able to view, sir.
It's visible now.
is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us create one sample this thing. So what we did is we have created one class. Okay, now let us create one interface. Okay, interface shape, and interface shape contains two method. Okay, let us consider few methods under interface shape, uh, such as void, rectangle. Okay, can anybody explain me why it is showing error?
It should not have the body,
It should not have the body.
and there should be semicolon after the rectangle.
Okay, see guys, one thing is there, I mentioned one point, right? If you remember here, if you see this point from Java 8 onwards, correct, what it is saying, default method and static are allowed, right? So either we have a solution saying that, hey, please make this as default, okay, or else make this as static. Okay, if you try to have this thing, right, normal method, it will not be allowed. Okay, so static methods are also allowed. Okay, so this is square, and in this we need to, so these two are allowed, guys. Okay, so that's, please remember, this is the recent, you can say, changes with respect to interface. We are able to use this. Okay, one more way is, if you are using, let's say, another method without default and static, you need to write void circle. Okay, and you need to end this with semicolon, guys. Okay, so I want the answer from you guys. What is this method, guys? What is this method type? Can anyone tell me what is this method? In interface, all methods comes
Abstract,
under
sir.
abstract method. Perfect. All methods under interface comes under abstract method. Okay, please remember this. Okay, what about variables, guys? Interface only support what? Final and static, correct? So if I write like this, int l is equal to 10, int w is equal to 20. Okay, now if I use this, can anybody tell me what it is, if you can understand this point? Yes, anyone?
These are
So
not final variables, sir.
they are final variable.
Okay.
They are final variable. Now if I try to do any kind of change over here, obviously in the respective class which is implementing this interface, this shape interface, I will not be allowed, guys. Okay, okay, I'm just updating this. Okay, so we have this two method. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to, I mean, you have created the interface. Now we need to implement this interface in this particular class. Okay, so everyone are clear now, right? What we need to do, we need to use one keyword called as implement. Okay, shape, hover your mouse.
So any variable declared in interface is final and static by default.
By default. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, now here what we are trying to do, we need to see, in this you can see there is only one method which is unimplemented, which is that method circle, correct? So when you hover your mouse, you will see that it will say that add add unimplemented method. So when you do this, you will see that circle method got created, guys. Okay, okay, clear everyone? Now what we should do, we should create a main method. Okay, public static void main string args. Okay, now my question was that can we create the object of interface, right? Shape is the interface. So if I write like this, shape obj is equal to new shape, okay, it will throw an error because Java is strictly saying that you cannot instantiate the type shape because shape is declared as a type interface. But you can write this, you can write this, there is no issue with that. You can create the object of interface, but you cannot instantiate the reference, guys. Please remember this. So for that, what we need to do, we need to copy this. Okay, obj is equal to, sorry, obj1 is equal to new interface, right? And now if I write obj1 dot, you see that we will be able to see all the variable, all the method, rectangle is there, circle is there, shape is there, all the method will be visible. Why? Because this particular class has implemented the shape interface. Okay, so whatever is declared inside the shape will be visible inside this class interface. Okay, can anybody tell me why I am not able to see square method? It's very easy.
Because it's a static method,
What to do then?
we have to call that directly, like without the object.
So what is the static method, guys? Square. So just write square, that's it. Okay, so when you write, hover your mouse, create method square. Let me copy, guys. Not
For me, sir, the screen is lagging. I mean, I'm not able to see what you are typing. It's very slow at my end.
mm, for all of them, or how is it?
It is good for me.
Sometimes it's happening for me also. So
Mm, okay. Okay, can anybody tell me now? I think now we are on square method. Okay, now I want the answer from you all, guys. What is the issue with square method? Why it is saying that it is undefined? We already implemented shape. Yes.
The interface will allow abstract method and
Final.
unimplemented method.
Right. My question is, how to run the code, correct, which is present in C. Here if I write obj1 dot rectangle, I'm able to see, correct. If I write obj1 dot square, why it is not showing up? Or let's say if I write square, why it is not working my correctly? Okay, if I write like this, why it is not correct working fine? Yes, anyone? See, guys, what we did is we have created shape and sorry square under this thing interface, correct. And the square is what? Square is static. Okay, so if you remember the description, or let's say the detail about static, guys, it is saying that we are able to call static only through the class name dot method name, right? So either you can use like this, shape dot square. Okay, so shape is nothing but the interface name, and square is nothing but the name of the method which is present under it. Clear, everyone? Is it clear? Okay, now what we need to do, let us run this. We should be able to see circle, rectangle, and square. Okay, three this thing output. Is it clear, everyone? Any doubt, any questions?
Sir, one question. So whether default methods can also be accessed using that interface dot.
Yes, default method, yes. Default method, yes. The only issue is with static. Okay.
Okay.
Next,
Okay.
next I wanted to know how to use this reference, guys. We have created the reference of interface, that is obj. Now, how we can initiate this, guys? So you can write obj equal to, okay, new interface demo. Clear, everyone? What I did, guys? I have created the object using shape interface, like just an creation, guys. I'm again repeating, you are not able to do instantiation. Okay, and equal to new operator, you are referring to obj. Okay, now this obj will have all the address and all the values, correct. So you just need to copy the same logic. Okay, just write like this, obj dot, you will be able to access all the methods such as circle, obj dot rectangle, obj dot only issue with the square, guys. Again, for square you need to use shape dot square, guys. Is it clear, everyone? Now one more thing, whatever variable we have inside this, right, interface are the final variable. So if I try to use obj dot l, okay, equal to 200, it will show me the error, guys, right? Because the variable l is declared as the final and static, guys. Okay, so if you declare something in interface and you are trying to update, it will not allow you. Okay, if you want, you can create variable over here. Okay, you can create variable over here which is not final, and if you use this variable, you are allowed to kind of update the value, guys. Okay, is it clear, everyone? Anybody has any question? So everybody understood? See, guys, in scenario 1 what we did, we created the object directly of the interface demo. In scenario 2 what we did, we actually created the reference variable of interface, and we created the object of class, guys. Okay, this is on the right hand side is a class, and on the left hand side is the reference of interface. Okay, and accordingly we have used the respective this thing methods which are present under that. Okay, so now if I run this, obviously this will be getting visible 2 times. Okay. Okay, I hope till here everyone are clear. Anybody has any questions? Okay, so okay, one more thing, guys. If you try to understand the logic of variable also, see, in interface, if we are trying to access variables, you might see that we should do use shape dot l, you are able to access, correct? So just like type the this in the SOP statement. So can anybody tell me why it is showing errors? Let me make it capital S. Okay, what will be the output, guys? Copy this shape dot w, save this, run this. Is it clear, everyone? Anybody has any confusion, any doubt? Okay, so guys, one more thing, please remember, interface contains final and static. Interface contains abstract method. It contains abstract method means void method name. Then default method, you need to use keyword default. Static method, you need to use keyword static. Okay, with the help of interface, you are able to achieve multiple inheritance in Java. Okay. Okay, so moving on, guys, method overriding, which is a concept of interface only. What you need to do, anybody can explain method overriding? Yes. Okay, what we will do, we will have one class over here. Okay, after that we will have one more class, guys. Okay, so that class will extend the main class. Okay, so what we will do, we will create one more class child class. Okay, so this child class is extending what, guys? It is extending method overriding. Method overriding. Now what is the purpose of this method overriding? Method overriding, very simple, just go through this. It is possible in single class as well as in multiple class. We are allowed to do that. We can change the signature of the method, guys. Okay, the only thing is, guys, please remember that the name of the method should be same. Okay, and if you understand this carefully, it is belonging to the concept of polymorphism. Okay, is it clear, everyone? So what to do over here, we have extended this. Now I think we did a mistake over here. This belongs to inheritance, and this belongs to polymorphism, method overloading. Okay, now over here we will create one class, one method, guys. Point void parent. Okay, now what inheritance says, like if you are having the child, right? If you are having this thing, right, you are able to have that particular method in the child as well. So copy this and you can have it over here also, guys. Okay, now my question to everyone, if I create the object of this, can anybody tell me what will happen if I write obj dot parent? What would be the output, guys? Yes, what would be the output?
Child
Anyone?
class
Uh,
method.
child class, sir.
Are you sure? Okay, let me write one more sentence.
It
Child class obj child is equal to new child.
it calls a parent class.
Okay, this is my second statement. This is second reference, guys. Obj child. Okay, dot, again it will have parent, right? It will have parent.
The
Now
first one will have the parent, print the parent, and second will have print the child.
perfect. So guys, please remember, although we are having the reference, right, if you try to run this, okay, one will be parent and second will be child. Okay, so parent is obviously we are referring to this thing. Okay, now can anybody tell me, is it valid statement? Obj child, let me create one more thing so that it is clear to you. Child class obj child 1 is equal to new method. Is it valid statement, guys? Why it is showing error? Anyone? See, what I did is I created the object of this thing, our main class. Okay, and I have referred this to object of child class. Will it work?
No,
Okay,
you can use instantiate the child class and assign it to the
yeah,
parent reference, but
let us
not
do
the
reverse
vice
way.
versa.
Let us do the reverse way. Okay, I am doing method overriding demo obj1. Okay, I have created object obj1 is equal to new child class. So guys, this is the difference. Please remember, if you try to have the main this thing, right, this is a main class, guys, because this is a parent, and you're trying to refer to the object of child object, that is not possible. Okay, but vice versa is true. Vice versa means you create an object of parent and refer that to child. Okay, that is possible, guys. Is it clear, everyone? Anybody has any queries, any doubt, any questions so far? So this is invalid, guys. In Java you are not allowed to do this. So what we need to do is, either you can kind of use at one statement also, that is also possible, like this. Okay, and now obviously obj1 dot parent, and obviously if I write multiple time, can now tell me the third output, guys? Can anybody tell me the third output?
It prints the child
Okay, let us run.
class parent.
So two child and one parent.
Yes.
Two child and one parent. Is it clear, everyone? So this is the implementation, or let's say real-time concept of method overriding, guys. Now my question to you all: can anybody tell me the real-time like usage of this into our you can say framework, or let's say Java topics, or wherever you can think of? What would be the real-time usage of method overriding? Anyone? Yes, anyone? Okay. So please remember, guys, what we do is in method overriding, we are kind of having the same method, right? So if you try to understand, if you are having a concept of, let's say, the test case are having the same this thing, right? In that case, you can create the child of those test cases. Okay. So whenever you are in a situation wherein you need to kind of have the same methods into your test case, so instead of kind of creating the same, you can have the same name for the method, guys. Okay. So that's the, you can say, importance of you can say method overriding. Okay. One more thing, with the help of method overriding, you are able to achieve runtime polymorphism. Okay. Wherein this is a common question saying that, hey, what is a method overriding and method overloading difference? So there are two things, guys. One is compile time polymorphism and second is runtime polymorphism. Okay. So through the concept of method overriding and overloading, you are trying to achieve both the concept, that is runtime polymorphism and compile time polymorphism. Okay. So these are the major difference at high level. uh, Method overloading is related to compile time and method overriding is related to runtime, guys. Okay. And if you try to understand in real time, as I mentioned, right, we are having something called final variable, right? We have something called final keyword, guys. So please remember, whenever you are using final keyword for the variable, method, or you can say class, those will not be those cannot be overloaded. Okay. Those cannot be you can say over this thing overridden, sorry. Those cannot be overridden, but those can be overloaded. Okay. If you are trying to achieve the overloading for this variable, it is possible, but if you are trying to achieve overriding, that is not possible. Okay. And one more thing, if you try to understand the difference, in both the case, we are having the same you can say structure, but the only thing is, in method overriding, we will have the concept of child and parent, guys, wherein uh, inheritance logic will be coming into picture for method overriding. Clear, everyone? Anybody has any query, any doubt, any questions?
Sir, I have a question. Like, in the program, how come the third output is the child class?
See, what we did is we created the object of, on the right hand side, can you see this new child class? So this is referring to actually this class, correct? And we have assigned to the object of parent this thing. This is a parent object. So obj1 dot parent will refer to the methods which are present in child, because we are kind of referring to new child class. That's the reason the third output is also I'm in child class.
Okay, fine.
Clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Moving on, guys. I hope so. This is the very very important concept from interview point of view also. So please, I would request everyone to kind of go through high level difference between method overloading, method overriding, compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. Because most of the time they may give you the code and ask you directly what would be the output. Okay. So please understand that as well at high level how it is getting implemented in this thing code level also. Okay, so because in most of the coding this thing, right, they might give you the code directly, correct, and they may ask you, hey, what would be the output of this, correct. So that's the major you can say major advantage of overriding. Okay. Okay, so I will stop here, guys. I'll talk about final variable static and this features of statics in the next session. Meanwhile, I would request everyone to kind of go through inheritance, interface, method overloading, and method overriding. Okay, most probably tomorrow we will discuss about this additional topic, and I might start with the collection topics, guys. Okay, so under collection topic, I'm talking about hash map, hash table, array list, linked list. Okay, so I'll talk about those topics by tomorrow in the next session, guys. Anybody has any confusion, any doubt?